Solid Steppers, what's going on? Miss Ward is headed out to take care of Thermador, replace a couple of jet holders and Venturi. Just had a great conversation with some people. Great combo. Gotta always keep your game on, keep your mind sharp. It's just amazing, man. When I picked up some parts earlier this morning, a gentleman was like, "You're always busy. Where do you get your work from?" And I'm thinking, he sell all these parts to all these people. I'm like, obviously, a lot of them are complaining about not having work. I don't really know, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm always on the grind. Not perfect, but I'm always trying to be better. So I told him, I do it through data analysis. I gather data and that I am really tight on SEO and things like that. Not perfect, but I tinker. I what they call it, tinker enough to, stay. It keeps me, gives me the ability to eat. You know what I mean? These things. I love the fact that Mr. Sneed was sharing everybody about the Facebook and the Facebook marketing book. That's what I'm talking about. Never afraid to share some gems. I'm the same way. The only thing I say is, if you're gonna ask me some questions, don't waste my time. I got you. Just throw them in the comments. So before we start this video, I would love for you guys to help me out with the algorithm. Like, share, and subscribe. And share this information that can help somebody. Alright, so today's topic is going to be an interesting topic. It's actually going to deal with focus and determination. You know you're good when you get a job and that job takes you X amount of weeks to get done and you stick with it. Now, a lot of people would say, I'm not doing that, I'm not doing this. But the amount of experience you get from those experiences and getting your own self out of a questionable situation is always a win. And that's why I love the fact that if I have an issue or a problem, I go solve it, or I know how to get with someone who can help me solve the problem. I think a lot of problems people have in business is because they don't have the ability to stick with it. And what they don't understand, to get to certain heights or to accomplish certain things, no matter where it is in your life, you have to go through some troubled waters. And so everything you do is a reflection of who you are as a person. The way you get down, the way you deal with people, the way you handle your paperwork. I talk to people all the time, and it's like, I don't know how you get it all done. I'm like, how the hell do you know I get it all done? That's not necessarily the case. A lot of times I'm grinding just like everybody else, trying to figure out how it's going to happen, and it just happens. One of my employees was talking to me the other day, and he made so much sense because I was having some issues with some subcontractors and communicating with them and getting in touch with them. Customers blowing up my phone, and I don't have an answer to where the hell the sub is. The usual. Those of us that run businesses and use outside contractors on occasional projects, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That's the worst feeling in the world, but it's different when you're dealing with a subcontractor because they don't work for you, they work with you. So that's a different relationship, and you got to deal with them differently. And I think that's what people don't understand, is that you got to deal with people differently, and you got to meet them where they are. I deal with a lot of subcontractors who are exponentially gifted in their areas of expertise. So I maintain those relationships even though they piss me off, even though they might be late, even though blah, blah, blah. But I'm very clear. You guys saw a video where I showed a scene where I was snapping because I didn't know what his sub was. And then you saw another video where he was there. I was like, man, I was pissed with this guy, but you know what? He's the best at what he does. That's the reality. Like, that's the thing about Miss Ward. I'm raw and uncut. And I'm going to give you the facts and the figures, So that way you're not blindsided, because part of the problem is when we go to business, we expect everybody to be like us. And then on top of that, you got to understand, like us doesn't mean you're perfect. You just do things your way. Like me, I'm sitting here now thinking about how many appointments. Let me give you a prime example. My ass is sitting here while I'm talking to you guys on this video thinking, you know what? I set up my site, my website, my Google business so customers can make their own appointments, and my ass still got appointments to load into Work Is. Shout out to Work Is. And Rocco. Shout out to Rocky. Shout out to Work Is. I know you guys want to make sure. Let me see what mark that is. That's 356 or 509. Yeah, I'm just making sure. I got to report back whenever I mention it. But at the end of the day, none of us are perfect. So I'm sitting here thinking, damn, these customers going to double book my ass, da-da-da-da. I'm still learning the software. I'm still tweaking it to my brand. And that's, the difference with me. A lot of people just get stuff and plug and play and never look back. Me, I fine-tune whatever I do because I'm a perfectionist, which is causes some of my stuff to be a slower, but once it goes up, it's pretty decent and I can rest at night most of the time. There's certain areas I still have to tweak. But anyway, like I'm saying, nobody's perfect. And you got to develop those relationships, with your people. So I was talking to these guys and they were talking, I was telling them how I was trying to locate this young man that I met the other day because I saw his character, I saw his workability, I saw all that in him because I'm a pretty good judge of character. And I wanted to make sure I teamed up with him and passed some work on to him that I know he could do well, And I definitely like to work with him sometimes. See, this is called relationship business.
Watch out, vehicle stopped on shoulder ahead.
That's called relationship building. And that's called spotting talent. Now, from what I understand, he works with his uncles and they got like some used repair shop. So the only thing I got in the back of my mind is I don't need no drama. Like, I need new parts to go on. I don't need no shortcuts, which is why I'm going to have to work with him. But once you understand the parameters of the relationship and you treat people fairly and you pay them a decent wage, in most cases you don't have a problem. Usually if you're going to have a problem with an employee or a sub, it shows up the first time. Now if you go back for more abuse, that's your ass. Because, the reality is God already showed you who the person was. And I'm not knocking anybody because I feel like we're all in development levels of your growth. Like me, I have to deal with my temperament because I will cuss your ass out. And then I might come back and say I'm sorry. Like, I'm trifling like that. If you get up, because I'm passionate about what I do, and if you go the wrong way, the right way, the blah, 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 it's funny because my staff always tells me, yeah, you don't want to mess with Miss Ward because she'll do anything for you, but you cross her, she going to slit your throat. You damn right. Because this is reality. We in the real world. You playing with money, you playing with lives, you playing with generational wealth. It's not on my watch. But anyway, see how y'all done got me off on a tangent? Let's get back to the subject at hand. So, the reality is you have to work on your relationship building, but first you have to work on your relationship with yourself. Because I cannot tell you how many times I have to correct myself with negative self-talk and be like, look, you beating yourself up is not going to make it any better. And if you ease up on yourself, you might actually be able to think and come out with a plan. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody forgets. Everybody drops the ball. The key is how do you recover and how professional you look when you do. That's my name. That's my game. I am so happy I had an opportunity to work with Brandon on Friday. It was such a pleasure. Let me tell you something. Anybody that had a question about Brandon, let me answer that for you right now. That young man, I almost called him a boy. I had to catch myself because he's a grown-ass man with kids. He really knows himself. He's really sincere. I personally think like he's overworking and stretching himself thin because of his talents. But that's not my place. That's his stuff. You feel me? And he's a really good-hearted guy. He is trying to do so much for the appliance community. Like, for instance, his training program. Let me explain something to y'all. I'm in the middle working on this LG. We looking at the compressor. The compressor done failed. It's got an evaporator leak. And the board was jacked up. I mean, how many times do you get a 1, 2, 3 like that? And we walked through the process. He walked me through the process and ran me through the LG diagnostic process the proper way. And me, I got my tools, I got my manuals, and because some of the things I may not have experienced or seen visually, me translating, as everybody else has this problem, sometimes translating from, like my boy like to say it, from appliantology, English to English, or to my understanding, is difficult. So you might miss a step, and then you're going back and forth, getting frustrated, and you're losing time in your diagnostic. So the worst thing you want to do is guess. especially on the LG because the compressors are so notorious for going out. But it was a great experience, and this is what I mean about humbling yourself. Do you know how many months it took me to get to that guy? I could never get to him. And then I was working with people who really was kind of, let's just call it what it was, cock blocking. It's like they didn't want me to connect with the dude, you know? And I'm so happy I did, so I'm definitely going to support him in all his endeavors. Good heart, really focused. I just think he works a little bit. He's spreading himself thin, man. Priorities, sir, priorities. But anyway, at the end of the day, it's all about relationships and building those teams. Once you get those relationships, man, you guard those relationships. Like my relationship with Brandon, my relationship with Steve, my relationship with JT, my relationship with Slick, my relationship with Darren, my relationship with William, my relationship with Greg, Maurice, Quentin, both Quentins, Marcus, both Marcuses, you know, Michael, Mr. Campbell, you feel me? Peter, my African brother, what's up? You know, all you guys, I love you guys to death. Humble, Lita, you too. You know I had to send you that shout out. Don't get too excited because I can see you jumping right now. Just messing with you, man. And LaRon, my favorite. That God-fearing man. Gotta have one of them in your corner. Yeah, and you know, I love all the guys I work with. Ty from Durham. Oh yeah, Chris, you know I gotta shout you out. Y'all go check out Chris' channel, man. Go check Chris Ainsworth out, man. That's my dude, man. Real good guy from a mechanical background. Really cares about his work, and he has some of the best methods to fixing evaporators I have ever seen in my life. You can't find it? Send it to Chris Ass to fix it. He got you. But anyway, with all that said, you know, I am so happy with the family that I have found and met. You know, I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. You know, in fact, I'm tickled pink. And for me, as rough and tough as I am, to say I'm tickled pink is huge. Y'all might want to write this down. You know, but I just love working with everybody. Top Authority, Vitality K, guys always in my comments giving me love. Donnie, always giving me love. Mr. McClendon, Fawn, holla at me. Man, so many people that comment. I don't want to leave nobody out. I'm sitting here trying to go through my brain. Oh, Carlos, you know I can't leave my boy out from California. You know, but it's so many people that are always in my comments giving me support, and I appreciate y'all, you know. I don't even think I say it enough because y'all got to realize it's hard out here. I had to catch me. Y'all know I wanted to say pimping ain't easy, but yeah, because that's my humor. I can't help it. It's like stuff just come up in my brain and be like, Shell, you really shouldn't say that. And then what do? I say it anyway. But anyway, y'all, I love all you guys to death, man. You always got me. When I say y'all got me, y'all got me. So Miss Ward gonna get out here and grind like I do. Of course, the plumbing and electrical side, the electrician side and the plumbing side is coming together. Oh boy, that's just another on the plan. I know people like, Miss Ward, why would you even? But at the end of the day, if this paper's out here, if you streamline one service process, you can streamline another. You just have to stay on your P's and Q's and put a process in place. I'm not trying to be like the big boys. I'm trying to be me all day. I love this truck just passed by. It says Universal Restaurant Repairs, Service King. We fix everything. Now, that right there, I'm about to catch up with his ass because I got to go look at what the hell is that damn thing? The nugget maker, man. I done committed to that, so I got to go look at that. It's, a Scotsman. So they have two versions. Chris had to put me up on game. They got one with regular ice. They call it Sonic Ice. And then they got one with Nugget Ice. So this one's Nugget Ice and it's making a noise. So I'm going to go look at that later today or tomorrow. The places are open 24 hours. So we'll see. We'll see if we survive. Yeah, I got to holler at this dude right here. Service King, Universal Restaurant Repairs. Yeah, they're killing the game. I'm about to get all in his business. He have no idea. He better not stop at this stoplight because I'm going to roll my window down like I know him. And that's how I am. If I want to know something, I just ask. You know, people are always giving out info. Last night I was in Publix. Dude was fixing the Publix refrigerator. I had to get in the business. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa. How long you been doing this? This is your company, blah, blah, blah. Gave me some things like, Shell, it's the same thing, man. It's just bigger. Like, woo. Yeah, and the beautiful thing about those things, they bigger and easier to fix and simpler. One reason why I'm leaning that way. But anyway, I'm rambling per usual. But I hope I gave everybody, pretty much a shout out. You guys support me so much. I appreciate you in ways you cannot imagine, man. And I want everybody to have a blessed weekend while Miss Ward go out here and get this paper, dotting I's and crossing T's. I will talk to you guys later. And don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you. Thank you. And above all else, y'all, stay blessed, stay focused, and stay you.